Start with a circle. Take note of the top and bottom of the circle. Find the halfway point. Now find the halfway point between the middle and the bottom. See that quarter distance? Let's add that distance again at the bottom. That's your chin. The mouth is basically a straight line. We're going to put it at the bottom of the circle. Now let's turn our attention to the eyes and eyebrows. We're going to start with the eyebrows. They're right on that center line. You're going to want one eyebrow width between the eyebrows, and half an eyebrow width from the end of the eyebrow to the side of the head. This part of the side of the head is also the place where the head is the widest. The eyes are nearly as wide as the eyebrows, and they're very oversized as compared to a regular proportioned human. Start with the top eyelashes. It's just a curved line. And draw an angled line on the outside of the eyes. Draw a U shape for the iris. We'll come back to put in details in just a moment. We have enough information now with the eyes and the mouth to draw the nose. In anime heads, the nose is typically de-emphasized, so just draw a small line. The curve in the jawline is typically at the mouth level, or just below. Curve the head in with a straight line. And then bend your line around to connect the chin. Depending on the haircut of your character, you may or may not see the ears. If you do see the ears, they're a little bit lower than you might expect. They're just C shapes. If you want a more cheery mouth, erase that straight line and make a slight bend for a smile. I'm just going to erase some guidelines now. Okay, let's put some final lines around the eye. Eyebrows are typically thicker at the middle and taper toward the outside. By the way, the pencil I'm using here is a Dixon Ticonderoga HB, or number 2. And now for the top lid, draw that curved line. Try to do it in one motion if you can. This will be good practice. And then bring that curved line down. You're going to draw a very, very light line under the iris. And now for the iris, I like drawing the outside first and make that line a little bit thicker. Now we'll go for the highlights. There's a small circle highlight on the top left and a jelly bean highlight in the bottom right. Now we can draw the pupil. It's also an oval. It's the same shape as the iris. And you can color that in. We're just going to color in half of the iris, the top half. This is more stylistic than anything. You can press down a little harder here, but don't make it as dark as the pupil. And then we'll just do the same thing on the other side. If you're comfortable with very light shades, you can color the bottom of the iris very, very lightly. Drawing can be a messy business, especially with a soft pencil, so you'll notice that I'm constantly just cleaning up different parts of the drawing. Okay, let's draw the neck. It's not as wide as you might think. Usually we go for the area at the bend of the jaw, but instead of going here, we're just going to draw the neck slightly wider than the mouth. Now to the hair. There are many, many different hairstyles, but they're all basically these kind of curved V's. It's up to you how you want to style your character, but I'm just going for a series of curved V's, and you'll see that I'm just erasing the eyebrows here to allow some of those curves to look like they're overlapping. You can show the ear or not, and this one I don't think I will, so I'll just get rid of that ear. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. When it comes to the hair at the top of the head, it's important to keep in mind where the top of the skull is. You always want the hair above that. This is another good time to practice your mark making. Try to draw one long, confident line. I'll just get rid of some more of these foundation lines. Now that I know how much hair my character has, I can make those final lines for the jawline. Okay, to shading now. There are lots of different ways to shade hair, but one of the most classic is with this ring of highlights. So I'll just make that with these jagged lines. And maybe I'll add some hair back here too. You can play around with it and just create your own hairstyles. Now I'll lightly shade the whole thing. I'm going to shade the stuff at the back a little darker. I'm shading all of the hair except that highlighted ring. Now I'm going to grab a blending stick. Oops, there's some green marker on there. That's okay, this is just practice anyway. I'm just going to blend in all of that pencil and blend in the eyes. If your character is blushing, you could also just use your blending stick for that. For more art tips and tutorials, please do follow, like, comment, and share.